What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got to talk about Ryan Clark addressing LeBron James and him being upset about the ESPN Mock Draft not listing Bronny any longer in the 2024 NBA Draft. They moved him to 2025. Bronny is recovering, obviously from that heart thing. He's been on minutes restrictions and different things like that. So, um, that's why you get 4 years in college to grow at your own rate. Some people don't even make it to the NBA. They don't grow into NBA players, but they have fine careers elsewhere in the world, different things like that, if they elect to do so. But LeBron lashed out and he said, can y'all please just let the kid be a kid and enjoy college basketball? The work and results will ultimately do the talking no matter what he decides to do. If y'all don't know, he doesn't care what a mock draft says. He just works. Earn not given. He continued, he says, and to all the other kids out there striving to be great, just keep your head down, blinders on, and keep grinding. These mock drafts doesn't matter one bit. I promise you, only the work matters. Let's talk real basketball people. So that was LeBron's response. He tweeted and deleted that, but he obviously you do care a little bit. At least you do. I don't know about Bronny, but you do to even comment on it. So it is what it is, and this is the type of overbearing behavior that will probably turn some people off from you even playing with Bronny. Um, for an NBA franchise, teammates can't engage with him or tell him what he's doing wrong. You gonna try to butt in, different things like that. But we gonna look back, man. LeBron said, "Man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. Lightweight, hilarious." He said that just last year in March. You look at the date. So when you put out statements like that, you and Savannah go up there. What Savannah say? Savannah said, I just want my son to be healthy and be good at whatever he chooses to do. LeBron's like, I want him to play in the NBA with me. When you say that, you have to recognize your influence. So when the reports come back and they not what you think they should be, or the way you saw it going in your head, you can't be mad because you was hyped when they moved him up to like number 12 in the ESPN rankings. Like I think it was his junior year or something like that. They had boosted him up to 5-star and all that. And he made an All-American game, obviously because of you. There was other players that was good that could have made it over him, but they made it because they know they'd be watching because he's your son. So it works both ways. But let's listen to what Ryan Clark had to say about this. Let's speak.
To me, it's not about Bronny James. It's about LeBron James. It's about LeBron James, who once tweeted, my son is better than a lot of these guys I watch on League Pass. It's about LeBron James saying out loud, I want to play long enough to play with my son, which is a presumptive way to say I expect him to be in the NBA. The first person to ever talk about Bronny James in the NBA was LeBron James. And so you now can't, when the projections aren't what you want, the projections aren't what you thought, you can't now be upset. You can't now go on the defensive. You can't ask people whose jobs it is to project who will be drafted, to project when they'll be drafted, to not include your son if he has played well enough to be there. The problem is this: it wasn't top 10 in 2024. The problem is it wasn't what you'd hoped or what you'd expected. And because of that, you now feel some way where you've gotten defensive. And I do love LeBron James, the father. I do love LeBron James, the family man. But there's also a reason that a kid that's averaging 5 points a game gets highlights on SportsCenter because he has an alley-oop layup. It's because he is Bronny James. It's a reason why a high school kid who's not the top player in the country has a documentary on him. It's because he's Bronny James. And so all of this comes with the territory. I think the weirdest part or saddest part or most ironic part is that when this mock draft came out, it didn't come out as a bad thing. People were celebrating that Bronny James would one day be drafted. It's just that it's not the King James sort of hype, and I believe that that has affected LeBron.
That couldn't be articulated any better, sir. I appreciate that, Mr. Ryan Clark. because that's exactly what many of us are thinking. Ryan Clark just articulated it so well. Anybody that's saying this is hating on Bronny, that he's not in the first round, I mean, you have to stop worshiping people and families and celebrities and just thinking it should go the way that always saw it in your head. Hopefully, Bronny can get to that point and get to the NBA. Um, but there's so many guys that were listed like top. You look at somebody like Trayvon Duvall that went to Duke, right? He was a top point guard and never made it to the NBA. You know, he was one and done. He played at Duke and he averaged more than Bronny. So a lot of players don't translate to college right away, and most of them never get to the NBA. A lot of times you'll see somebody like Keegan Murray who was 200 and something, you know, get to college, get in the right situation, and blow up and be gone after his sophomore year. Basketball don't work based off of who was the top ranked players in high school and all that all the time. I mean, you got your Anthony Davises, your Kyrie Irvings, DeMarcus Cousins. You have certain people, but they normally go to the schools, right, that you know they're going to the league, the Kentuckys, the Dukes, schools like that. But Bronny, speaking on him, the fact that he's still listed in the 2025 mock, you could argue that that's because he's still LeBron James' son. It's almost like, okay, he ain't going to be ready this year. We ain't going to put that pressure on him. But because he's Bron's son, give him a healthy summer, to go in there and work with the team, work through it all summer, and then he will be ready next year. You know what I'm saying? So I could argue the reason that he's only even on the 2025 is because he's your son. So I think LeBron needs to look at that. Everybody that's ever been on mock drafts has been has gone through this process. There's mock drafts everywhere, projections everywhere, and it's always a good gauge. It engages fans to see who's on the, because you have NBA fans and they like to look and see what's out there, to draft. And Bronny has only talked about being drafted because of his dad, man. If Michael Jordan's son was at Central Florida when Jordan was playing, and Jordan put this kind of pressure on the team, then yeah, they would have took him too. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron, I mean, you deleted it because you knew it was ridiculous, but let Bronny have his experience is what I would say. Like, you can't daddy all of his grown-up experience. You can't overly daddy everything, man. That's what it's like. It's like LeBron is the famous version of this, but the overbearing father, that tries to dictate everything you're doing, to coach up Bronny, to project. And, ESPN, obviously, it's a lot of people that be on those platforms that speak highly and favorably of LeBron all the time. Kendrick Perkins, those guys. So maybe he thought, I don't know, maybe he thought the draft people were going to do it too. And I think they are, to be honest with you. This is not a slight to Bronny James at all. I think, he has the athleticism and stuff to play at that level. You just got to figure out the college game, man. Don't rush it. LeBron even came back after his initial statements at some point and said, I want to play with Bronny, but I don't know if that's what he wants. Keep that mind state and let it be that, because you are 42 now. Me personally, I'm not throwing everything away and drafting Bronny to get no 40-year-old LeBron. I would have needed the 25-year-old one. At the very least, I would have needed the one that left Cleveland to go to the Lakers, that age range. But anything after that, I'm cool on. I'm cool on throwing everything away in my future to get LeBron at his age now. I'm cool on all that, man, if I'm a franchise. But a lot of franchises don't see it that way, and they're going to bring in Bron because it is a business, and you can sell that Bron ticket. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, absolutely, man. But Let me know what you guys think about LeBron and his comments, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.